Hi guys, so in a previous solution video I did the working and the solutions to these two questions here, and the result looked like what you're seeing here on screen right now. If you'd like to look at that video, there's a link to it in the description box below. This video we're going to do the same two questions, but we're going to use bar modeling to help us decide what operations we're going to use and how we're going to solve the problems. So thanks to our YouTube follower who requested this video in the comments. And for anyone else who would like to see any other method used or any other question or topic that you'd like to see here, feel free to leave a comment or email. So before we start solving these questions using a bar modeling strategy, let's take a look at what bar modeling is. Now, bar modeling is a problem-solving strategy, especially with worded problems. This is very helpful because it helps students to visualize the problems, but it does not give solutions. It could only help you decide what sequence of mathematical operations, which are add, subtract, multiply, or divide, which one of those or in which order you need to use them to solve the problem. You also need to fully understand its use before you attempt to use bar modeling at the higher levels. Higher levels meaning the multi-step worded problems. So the lower classes, which are the standard 1, standard 2s, I use them with infants. I start introducing the concepts with infants, and it should be used at that level and build to the higher levels, so that at the standard 4 and standard 5s would be able to use these bar models appropriately and not be new to it and having to figure out what to do with them, and what's the purpose. So let's get started with the questions. So Marsha bought 2 comic books and 3 masks and paid $140. So let's model that. I'm going to use red here to represent comic books, right? So I have 2 comic books and 3 masks. So I'm going to use green for the masks, and I have 3 of them. Alright, so M for masks. And these together, these cost $140. Now they said Lisa bought 6 comic books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 comic books, and she bought 5 masks. Right, 5 masks. And these together cost $300. Now, in our last video, we followed the unequal sharing steps, which was to subtract and then divide and then add back, right? But looking at this diagram here, let's see how much comic books we have in all. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 comic books, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 masks. So in all we have the same amount of comic books and masks, and what we did, we add them, right? We add Marsha's and we add Lisa's items together. Now let's see what will happen if we add the cost of them. We will get $440. So in all, 8 comic books and 8 masks cost $440. Now if I wanted to find for 1 comic book and 1 mask, we could probably divide all this by 8. Now if I divide here by 8 and here by 8, I must divide the total cost by 8 as well, and this will give me 1 comic book and 1 mask and 440 divided by 8 will give me $55. And in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, I have my cost of one comic book and one mask, which is $55. Alright, now let's look at the question before that I did. Alright, all this working here, alright, so using the unequal sharing general steps, and it became the same answer, right? One comic book and one mask, $55. Alright, so let's work out the other one. The other one says Kate bought 2 erasers and 3 drawing books. So let's model that. So 2 erasers, I'm going to use E for erasers, and 3 drawing books, so B for books, and this came up to $31. Alright, and then we had 3 erasers, and we had 2 drawing books. Okay, and this came up to $29. Now we're trying to get 15 erasers and 15 drawing books. Alright, so let's see how many books we have here in all. Erasers we have in all first. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 erasers. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books as well. Alright, and 5 books. Now when we add all the items together, we need to add the cost as well. Alright, so this will give me $60. Okay, so 5 erasers and 5 books gave me $60. Now we need to get to 15, right? So our final answer should be 15 erasers, and 15 books. Alright, which will be some cost that we don't know. Now how are we going to get from 5 to 15? If I take one set of this, okay, right, so if I take one set of this and another set of it, that will give me 1, 2, 3. 5 trees are 15 and 5 trees are 15, so we need to add up all these or multiply by 3. Alright, and this will give me 6 trees are 18, $180. Alright, so the bar modeling itself is not a solution. It will help you visualize the problem and help you to decide what you need to do to solve this problem. Alright, so here we created one whole set. Alright, and to get to 15, you should know from your multiplication tables that 5, right, so 5 could go into 15 3 times. So we have 3 sets of that 5 erasers and 5 books, which costed $60. Okay, and we multiply, you can either multiply this by 3 or add 3 sets. Okay, and it will give you the cost for 15 erasers and 15 drawing books, $180. If we go back to the previous solutions for the previous method, alright, we did the same thing, right? We multiplied by 3 and we got the same 180. Okay, so students who need the extra visual help, that's what the bar modeling is for. Okay, some students are quick on the draw and they will quickly realize that 2 plus 3 is 5 and 5 multiplied by 3 will give me 15. Alright, they will also realize that 6 plus 2 is 5, 5 6 plus 2 is 8, sorry, and 5 plus 3 is 8, which will give us 8 comic books and 8 masks. And when they divided by 8, they will get the cost for 1 comic book and 1 mask. Alright, so these are the same 2 questions, and we use power modeling to help us. Alright, so again, feel free in the comments to let me know what you'd like to see. I know sometimes I sound so tired in the videos. That's because I film these things like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning when I have time. Okay, so again, thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking the videos, thanks for sharing, and I'll see you in the next video.